Now, welcome guys back to the channel. Today, let me take you on to another one of my flight lessons. You know, I'm learning to fly right now, and that is on the Cirrus SR20. That is a G6, by the way. Amazing aircraft. It's very modern and it's pretty quick as well. Now, for today, I have a GoPro strapped onto my head to give the POV perspective, which I think will get you guys involved even a little bit more. But before we talk any further, let's start our engine.
It's done. Clear prop.
Alright, there we go. This was actually a pretty disappointing clear prop shout, but that's another story. Now, while we are taxiing, let's talk a little bit about where we are headed today. So we are starting off at Frankfurt-Egelsbach, Echo Delta Foxtrot Echo. This one, we are right now taxiing along Alpha to runway 26, because runway 26 is in use. Now, today is going to be another session of doing pattern work, but we are not going to do pattern work at this airport here, but we're actually going to go to an airport nearby, which is this one, Echo Delta Foxtrot Bravo, called Reichelsheim. You know, that one has a little bit less traffic, and it's also cheaper. You know, the landing fees, they are quite high here. So yes, first of all, we need to get to this airport at all somehow. Let's do that. You know, because in Frankfurt here, we have two airports very close together. There are specific departure and approach routes. For example, you have Tango, Yankee, Echo, that you have to take in order to fly into the airport. We are actually going to depart via Lima, so we're even going to do a little flyover over Frankfurt Airport, which is always very exciting. So we're just going to depart here, turn right crosswind into Lima, and follow the A5, which is this highway. Yeah, we're going to have a nice view of Frankfurt, the airport, and actually the city as well. And we're going to leave Frankfurt via November, and that is pretty much the quickest way to depart to go to Reichelsheim, which is where we're going to do pattern work. Now that's our route for today. Wonderfully drawn, isn't it? Alright, so we are done taxiing. We are holding short at runway 26. Let's just do our run-up, which means that we're just gonna check our engine, basically. Yeah, here's the pre-takeoff checklist that I'm working through right now. And after that, let's go ahead and line up onto the runway for the takeoff. Alright, there we go. Let's do a static takeoff now, which means that we're gonna hold on to the brakes while applying full power, and only after reaching that full takeoff power, we're gonna release our brakes. That's called a static takeoff. There we go. Now, let's turn right for Lima to fly our planned route. Alright, here we are flying along the A5, and actually in front of us we can already see Frankfurt Airport. As it seems, all the planes that were parked here a few weeks ago are mostly gone by now. Probably using this huge airport for parking is a little too expensive, so they relocated all the planes that were parked here. We're now getting closer and closer to our destination. We'll just come straight in for the final approach and straight in from the landing. This will be pretty relaxed. Or there's a change of plan. Yeah, there's actually other traffic in the traffic pattern. So in order to separate, we did a 360 to the left. No problem. Alright, traffic is all clear. Let's actually land now on runway 31. We're gonna do a touch and go, so we're gonna take off again after the landing. Alright, that was fine. It was a pretty long landing, but that was quite a nice touch. Let's now do the go. let's come in for another touch and go. Let's do this again. Well, that was okay. A little bit more off center line than the first landing, but just fine. Alright, let's now come in for another landing, another touch and go. Yeah, that was pretty much just like the last landing. Not great, not terrible, was okay. Alright, time for the fourth landing. As you can see, the runway is already ahead. Let's hope for a good one this time around. And another very, very big float. And there's the touchdown. Could be worse, definitely. Alright, time for landing number 5. Another long one, that's what she said. And here's landing number 6.
Another one.
Alright, now time for the last landing here at the airfield. After this one, let's just do a simulated go-around and then return back to Frankfurt. Alright, now the simulated go-round, it works like this. My flight instructor will shout, go round at any second really, and then I will obviously have to go around. It kind of makes sense. It's... Alright, let's now leave our traffic pattern and go back to Frankfurt. But first of all, let's actually plan our route. We have just departed out of here. Let's just leave the traffic pattern like this. And then we're gonna come back to Frankfurt. We're going to enter via Echo and then land on runway 26, and that's our flight. Alright, we are already on final runway 26. Let's get this plane down. Now, you can't really see it here on camera, but there's actually traffic on the runway, which is why we are going to go around again. This time it's not really simulated though. Alright, but now the final landing. Yeah, the runway is clear now, so this shouldn't be a problem. Alright, compared to the other landings, this was actually on the firm side, but who cares? Let's now roll off the runway and taxi back to the flight school. Alright, let's now shut the plane down.
Mixed up. Switches. Speedos off. Sehr nice.
Alright, that was a pretty nice flight lesson. We had some pretty decent landings. It was obviously a lot of great fun. The weather was perfect, by the way. There was not a lot of wind. There were clear skies. And yeah, that was a lot of great fun. And I hope you enjoyed this video today. Maybe check out my flight school. I'll have it linked down below in the description. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, guys, with another video. Good night.